Now recognize Senator Budd.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Again, thank you all for being here. The U.S. has the safest and most complex airspace in the world. Keeping it that way requires a lot of talented FAA personnel, engineers, pilots, aircraft designers, and mechanics. We have an opportunity to address these needs in the upcoming FAA Reauthorization Act. One initiative I hope that will be included is the National Center for Advancement Act. And this bill establishes a center to develop the U.S. aviation workforce through collaboration with educators, governments, and industry to provide scholarships, apprenticeships, and up-to-date, real-world focused curriculum. So, Mr. Ramanathan, you helped write a report that said defense and aerospace companies are partnering with community colleges and universities to develop deeper talent pipelines. You also found that firms are experimenting with knowledge transfer programs from older to younger generation of workers. So how well is the aerospace industry doing in recruiting and retaining a workforce that can keep pace with technological progress?
Senator Budd, thank you for asking the question. This is very critical for the future of the aerospace industry in the country, so I can totally understand where you're coming from. The industry has made advances over the past several years, and particularly in the recent past, in terms of collaborating better. And these are, trying to go and do internships in universities. And if you look at the survey, it shows that the extent of internships that are sponsored by the companies, aerospace companies, have started increasing, compared to the past. Is it completely sufficient? Do we have everything that is happening to fulfill the needs, of the future aerospace industry? Probably not, but I think it is continuing.
So good, but more work to go.
More work to be done, particularly given the challenges. If you look at it in the future, we have the conventional aircraft and the associated technology, and we need people for that, both engineers, technicians, because the commercial aircraft fleet is bound to increase significantly over the next 20 years, almost about to double. So we need, engineers, we need technicians and all that. At the same time, we've got the newer technologies, newer architectures related to unmanned aerial mobility, advanced air mobility, and that requirements, the skills required for that are quite different from, what, the industry is used to. So I think from that standpoint, I think more needs to be done.
Thank you very much. Dr. Utash, how can technical colleges better partner with industry to attract more students to pursue careers in aviation?
Thank you for the question, Senator Budd. I would look at the applied learning model that we have really tried to implement throughout our institution, and that is for students to be able to work in industry while they're receiving their education. So it's a side-by-side. They're earning and they're learning at the same time. But that is, that can be challenging for industry, and any kind of incentives or any kind of encouragement that could be given to industry to do that is incredibly important. I mentioned in my written testimony a project that we have called Get to Works, WERX, where we're working with a maintenance repair operation right now. They're hiring students. They go to work day one and they go to school day two, and they have a full-time job with benefits, and that employer is paying their tuition. And then they make a 2-year commitment to stay with them once they graduate. Those kind of things, the way that we integrate education and work together so that students can end up, as they graduate, with a job and not debt would be great.
Very good. Aviation, it just can't work without pilots. Regional airlines are feeling the effects of pilot shortages. 400 regional aircraft are parked because of a lack of pilots, and 226 non-hub and non-primary airports have seen flight loss averaging 32%. So, Ms. Von Meulen, has your airline or its regional partners needed to reduce flights because of a lack of pilots?
Senator, thank you for the question. We're committed to all the communities we serve and continue to serve. We understand from our 90 years in the state of Alaska that we're a critical part of infrastructure and, in fact, a successful economy, not only in that state, but in every state we serve. So we're committed to continuing to serve the communities we serve today.
So in your opinion, how does a pilot shortage impact future growth for the aviation industry?
expanding of the talent pool, drawing more pilots into the workforce is critical because we are facing, like everywhere, an aging workforce. As the workforce retires and we grow, there is no doubt that the numbers in the future will be more than the numbers in the past. Therefore, attracting, training, and retaining pilots is critical.
It's very helpful. Thank you to the panel. I yield back.